Sebastian is a Louisville artist. I've known him for about 5 years now, and he's a great guy. He's easygoing. He likes getting out in the woods. My name is Dan Tribune. I'm an employment specialist, and Sebastian and I have been collaborating together on art for over 5 years now. While Sebastian is bilingual, he doesn't tend to talk too much, but he does communicate an awful lot with his art. People can see or have a sense of what Sebastian is seeing and feeling in the world, and I think they get that perfectly fine. Where were you born?
I'm born in New York City. I lived in Kentucky for most of my life.
Sebastian's family is from the Dominican Republic, and when I began working with Sebastian, he told me about that, and we explored Dominican art and artists. We found Candido Bido, who has a similar style to Sebastian, and who in turn I think influenced Sebastian as we explored his art with just a lot of portraits with bright colors behind them and textured skies and backgrounds. He also told me about these trees that grew in the Dominican Republic that were these bright green trees with beautiful red flowers on them, and I think just seeing those colors in nature inspires and influences Sebastian. Sebastian is especially known for a couple of styles. They included him in Kentucky Crafted because of his watercolor tile mosaics, where he uses watercolor paper and marker colors to create little tiles, and then he uses those to make mosaics. Sebastian's art tends to be very bright and colorful, full of life, brings people joy looking at his pictures. In addition to the mosaics, Sebastian also does paper weavings, and in that he'll oftentimes start with drawing the same picture twice and cutting those pictures into strips and then weaving them together. Sebastian is all the time just watching and observing and listening to what's going on around him. He's a very tactile person too. If he's walking through a field, his hands drifting through the grass or rubbing the tree bark as he walks past it. And I think he's just making notes of nature and what's going on around him.
I draw trees and leaves and birds and things I see outside.
The time that I've known Sebastian, we've gone to like Cherokee Park a lot, or the other local parks. Louisville's got a wealth of green spaces, and we like to spend our time there. We'll take hikes. 2 years ago, he started working here at Art Sanctuary, and Art Sanctuary is a place where other artists also have studios, and it's just been a very creative and collaborative sort of space where people interact and support one another. So he receives a lot of support from people in Kentucky and in Louisville. Sebastian's first solo show that I know of was at Expressions Gallery here in Louisville, and it was a very successful show. They told us that his art sold more than anybody else's in their studio history, and that more visitors came. I enjoy spending time with Sebastian. He's just a cool young man, and I think we motivate one another to do work, and that's pleasing. It's great to know that people of different ages and different backgrounds can get together and find some common ground and some commonalities.